Fear the Walking Dead, I always struggle to find one word to describe your character because he's just so. I mean, there's negative connotations like elusive and kind of underhand, but that's not fair, is it?
Underhand, that's a question. I would say enigmatic.
There you go, one word, enigmatic.
Exactly, or kaleidoscopic. Something like that. Something that includes change, being malleable. One minute you see that one bit of the prism, it's light. Next minute you see the darkness. Next minute you see full color. I think that's the way you describe Victor Strand.
It must be great fun to play a character like that.
Oh yeah, it's great fun. It's a lot of fun also because you never know. Sometimes you're like, he's got the darkest sense of humor. He's not afraid to say some kind of terrible things, you know. But he's very pointed. He's not speaking from an emotional place. He's very clear about the words and the choices of words that he's using. And he knows exactly the effect that he wants to make on a person. And that's what I think is I admire Victor Strand. I don't think most people are like that. He's very clear about his words and what he's trying to do. If he wants to get you out of a holding cell, he will make you go crazy with his words. He won't yell, he will get into your psyche, and he will let you lose your mind on your own.
Do you play him as if that is his strategy, or do you play it as if that is him? That's exactly what makes him.
I think that's his strategy. I think that's something that's made. I think it's actually, I feel like it's artificial in a way. I think you can become what you want to become, and I think that he's actually studied. He's got a line actually in one of the episodes in season 2 where he says, I'm a purveyor of the fine, or something like that. But he's well studied, and so he's become the person. It's all built. It's just like this in Western civilization. We build up. We look at you. You're in this great jacket. You're presenting me what you want me to see. I'm presenting what I want you to see. This is all artifice, yeah, right? And I think that Victor Strand is a master at that. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I will wear a Ralph Lauren suit, and so you'll treat me a certain way, and I'll speak in a certain tone, and you will respond in this way. So he's very meticulous and very thoughtful about that.
Mm-hmm. We've learned about him quite slowly, I think. It's been a careful reveal. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a risk about learning too much about him and him kind of losing that edge?
I think so. Why I wonder, because I think that because he came into the show sort of like gangbusters, like with a hardcore monologue, and did some very wily things very quickly. And then you had all these questions about him. And then, so now we're revealing, there's a slow burn of a reveal throughout the season. And even as things are revealed and you think, oh, now I get him, or now I know about him, but then there's still so much more. So once again, I think there's always more with Victor Strand. And just when you think that you've got him, you actually don't.
Mm-hmm. And how does he react with other characters on screen? Do you think there is a natural relationship? Is some of that real, or again, is that part of his strategy?
I think some of it, it in the beginning, I believe there was strategy, and then it actually became real. I think actually with all of his relationships, I think that's what he's been finding, that I think he's very clear about strategizing, putting himself in concert with someone or not, and then at some point it becomes something else, and it surprises him. He thought, I think even the relationship with Thomas Abigail, I think possibly that was one of opportunity, and then it became something else. With Madison Clark, it's with, okay, you drove me here, I take care of your family, and then, oh, wow, are we becoming friends? What is that? I don't even understand that. So I think it starts off one way and then turns into another, and it constantly surprises Victor Strand, and it takes him out of his comfort zone over and over again.
Mm-hmm. The show's been a huge hit straight off the bat, and I was wondering, did you have any apprehension about joining the cast and taking this project on?
No, because I actually had no idea about, I feel like I was under a rock for years. I had no idea about this whole, Walking Dead, apocalyptic universe. But I'm really happy that I fell into it. And I like the fact that we are creating a standalone series, and a series that's a companion to the mothership. God bless the Walking Dead. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'm a huge fan of this show, and just briefly, before I finish, I don't know if I'll get another chance to ask you about this, but Birth of a Nation coming up. I'm hugely excited about that. What's been the reaction to it so far, and what do you think the reaction will be when it comes out to a wider audience?
So far, the response to the Birth of a Nation when we were at Sundance was one of the most riveting experiences I've ever had in my career, to be honest. Sitting in a room packed with industry at the Sundance Film Festival, you felt all the things that you want to feel when you are experience a film. You felt that hands and arms reaching across the aisles, holding one another, and really examining who we are in our human spirit and the tenacity and spirit of people about moving forward, about taking agency in your life. I think that people are going to respond so well to it, like they responded immediately to it when it comes to the selling of it to Fox Searchlight. I think that it's necessary, it's topical, it's timely, it's asking questions about all the things that we're dealing with in society right now, whether it's race or immigration or gender issues, you name it. It's really dealing with it head on. And it's not there to answer any questions, but it's there to interrogate. And that's the best that we can do with this medium of film and television.
Excellent, man. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it, and congratulations on this.
Thank you so much, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.